Hi everybody, it's Joanna here with Four-Legged Scholars Dog Training. Welcome, welcome. We hope that you will enjoy the free dog training tips that you will be receiving. We wanted to make a video to help you learn the things to avoid when you're training your dog. You're watching this more than likely because you're experiencing some frustration or stress or embarrassment about your dog's behavior, and what you ultimately want is peace of mind. You want to experience some peace and happiness between you and your dog. So in order to create that, it's going to be easier to create that if you're doing things that are successful in dog training, right? So what I'm going to do in this video is teach you things that you want to avoid, things that you don't want to do in dog training, the biggest mistakes that a lot of people do when they're training their dog. So number one is that people aren't consistent, and then they expect their dogs to behave and to learn in that type of environment. It's really hard for them to learn when you're not consistent. So for example, if you don't want your dog to jump on you, then make sure that you don't allow them to jump on you at all times. It's going to be a lot easier for your dog to learn that if that is consistent. So if it's not, the dog's going to sit there and think, I wonder if I'm going to be allowed to jump on you this time, or am I going to be allowed to jump on you here, or here, or here? I wonder when I'm going to be allowed to. Oh, it's so much fun. They actually might jump on you more often because sometimes they're rewarded for it and sometimes they're not. So be consistent with the rules and boundaries within yourself. You also want to be consistent as a family. So anybody that's training your dog, make sure that they're all following the same rules and boundaries with you. So the second thing that you want to avoid is punishment-based training. I hope that you're really glad to hear this. Most people I have found, they don't want to hurt their dogs. They're so glad when they hear that they don't have to do punishment to get their dog to learn. What I mean by punishment is like choke collars and prong collars and shock collars, things that are gonna instill pain in your dog. Your dog is only listening because they want to avoid that. It hurts them. They don't want to be hurt, so they listen to you. Just like a kid, they're going to listen to you if you hit them, but ultimately in the long run, you're going to destroy the trust bond between you and that child. And you can also cause that child to eventually act out. So by using punishment-based methods, you could cause your dog to develop fear or aggression problems. I want you to avoid that. So use fun things. Your dog wants treats. They want to play with toys. They want their balls, their bones, things like that. Those are great things to use to train your dog. Number 3, make sure what you're using is motivating for your dog. So avoid using things that your dog does not want. If you ask your dog to do a behavior, give them something that they want. If you're giving something that they don't want, your dog's not going to do the behavior for you. So make sure you're using the type of food reward that your dog actually wants. Cheese, hot dogs, things that are really yummy to them that's going to make their mouth just start salivating. Yeah, your hands are going to get gooey and it might be kind of gross, but if your dog's having that much fun, you're probably going to experience some gooiness. And as a result, your dog is going to want to listen to you. They're going to have fun learning, and so are you. The third thing that you want to avoid is putting your dog in a super distracting environment and then expecting them to learn something new. For example, if you're learning math in school, you don't learn what addition is in an amusement park. You're not waiting in line to go on your favorite ride and being taught what is 2 + 2. Generally, you're in a low distracting environment that's really boring around you, and you're learning math, and it's easy for you to comprehend what the teacher is teaching you in that moment. Do your dog a favor too. If you're training them to walk loosely on the leash, start in your home environment. Then progress to an environment that's a little bit more distracting, like your neighborhood. Once your dog grasps how to walk loosely on the leash in your neighborhood, then progress towards the dog park. That's just going to help your dog have an easy learning curve and really be responsive for you. It's going to make training so much more fun and easier for you and your dog. Now, the last thing that you want to avoid is setting your dog up for failure. So Make sure that your environment is set up in ways that are going to create success for you and your dog. Basically, if your dog is chewing on stuff in your house, like your cell phone or your books, don't leave them out. If you have them out, your dog's going to be wanting to chew on them and is going to have easy access to those items. So put them up. Put them behind a closed door, behind the closet, up high where your dog can't reach them. That's going to create a lot more success for you and your dog. If your dog's having house training issues or having accidents in the house like pee and poop, put them in a crate when you're not at home. That again is going to set them up for success. We hope these dog training tips help you because that's why we're here. We want you to have peace and happiness with your dog. And we also really want to hear from you personally. So right now, go ahead and give us a call or send us an email and tell us all about your dog. We want to talk to you.